What's going on, guys? Your boy Amazing. We're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me doing the free to play deer team other than Jormungandr, because obviously she's not free to play. But we did clear the deer with if I can get the team here, this team right here. And one thing to take note is that Jormungandr does have Holy Relic, but she is the only character on the team with the Holy Relic. So I wanted to do this video because, you know, a lot of people might be out there that have deer mats. Like, let's say they got the free deer mat from, like, you know, months ago, and they just have not used it. And if you make Jormungandr's Holy Relic, you can start, you know, making all the other deer relics. I didn't use Sariel Relic. I'll go back into the video here. Yeah, you guys can see I did not use Sariel Relic. I did not use Bond Relic, even though he's from the bird. And I didn't use Arthur Relic as well. So yeah, man, this is I'm not gonna lie, it took me a minute to record this. Not because it was necessarily hard. It was more of just I could not get Sariel Power Strike cards for the final floor. But we'll talk about it when we get to there. So before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We are on the road to 30,000 subscribers, man. We recently hit 26,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, guys. You've been showing an insane amount of support. You know, leaving likes on the video, commenting on the video. Let me know if this video is gonna help you guys. This is the team that's able to beat it free to play, other than Jormungandr, obviously. But let's hop in and let's see the run here together. So I think the whole video is about like 20 minutes, so I'm gonna just give you guys my point of view on like every part of the fight. I did cut it up a little bit, so you guys can saw that like my instant cut there from the team preview screen. I did do some cuts, so hopefully that does help make the pace of the recording not too long. This is definitely gonna be like a 30-minute video, so sit back, get some popcorn, relax, and I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna guide you guys through the deer. So if you guys don't know Jormungandr's Holy Relic, I'll put it on the screen, but basically what it does is that every time you do 3 skills with different characters, so it's basically acting like as like her passive, it's gonna remove the debuffs from the allies and rank up the whole hand, which is so crazy. So whenever I do like a 3 card combo, or if I do like, you know, I attack 2 times with one character and then do 2 different characters attacks after that, that's also going to rank up the hand as well. But you guys will see here that when we do color cycle, it doesn't even need to be color cycle necessarily. It just needs to be 3 different characters cards. It's going to rank up the hand. So you'll see here, we do this single target. I think we actually kill here, so we might not get it. Let's see. Yeah, we killed, so we didn't get it there. But you guys saw it earlier in the fight that we did actually have it though. Yeah, so first passive, guaranteed to get that passive no matter what. That one is the rank up passive. So if you use a rank up character, he gets double his basic stats, basically more than double. Actually no, I think it is double because it's just 100%. So he literally doubles his stats, which is crazy. But yeah, so right here you guys will see the hand rank up here when we do the triple, or we just, you know, we do the color cycle as we normally should on the deer, and boom, the hand gets ranked up. We actually do get cleanse as well, which I don't know if I have this later in the video, if it actually comes into play, but it is very nice. It's very nice actually. So yeah, man, I do think Jormungandr Holy Relic, if you guys can get it, it is such a valuable Holy Relic. Like, even as a free-to-play, like, let's say you don't have Jormungandr Holy Relic, if you use this team every single week and clear floors 1 and floor 2, you can eventually get Jormungandr Holy Relic, and then you can deal with floor 3 fairly easily, in my opinion. So I think it's definitely a worthwhile relic to get. It's definitely better than a lot of the other relics in the game, especially for just clearing specifically deer. It is like you basically a must-have relic, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, so that's the floor phase 2 of floor 1. Moving on here, we you know, my hands are starting to become rank 3s. I think the only issue that I've noticed with Jormungandr and getting rank 3s like super consistently like that is that you get your like hand filled up with a ton of useless cards, and that can be a problem sometimes. For sure, like when you're using all your cards and you have cards in your hand that are just like, oh my god, why do I have like 3 green cards or like, you know, blue cards, whatever. Like whenever you get in a situation like that, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you know, you're gonna have to kind of waste your cards and lose stacks from Jormungandr's passive, from her initial passive for the all stats, right? You're probably gonna lose a few of those all stats ups every once in a while. But other than that, I mean, it's you know, pretty straightforward. You just do your normal color cycling. So you do, you know, your red, green, blue, your blue, red, green, or your green, blue, red. But always in that color cycle. You guys see in the top right here, always in that cycle, right? But yeah, and then like on this phase, we don't necessarily need to do that though, because we're not on a color cycle phase, but only on your color cycle phases. Every other phase, you can do your, you know, it has to just be 3 different characters attacking, no matter what. You can use 4 skills total, right? So if you do 2 skills from Jormungandr, let's say, and then 1 from Arthur, 1 from Bon, that will still rank up the hand and give you the all stats. So, but you have to make sure you use the Jormungandr skills within the first 3 cards, let's say. So, just in case you guys didn't know. But yeah, so we're on the final floor, or final phase of floor 1 here. So we dropped the Jormungandr ultimate. Even at like low dupe, by the way, you should still be able to hit damage cap, which is something to definitely take into account. But yeah, and then Sariel gets the kill, and we move on to floor 2. Big W's. That was a fairly easy floor 1, right? With the Relic, I feel like without the Relic too, you would still be fine. Like even without the Relic, you would still be able to clear at least floor 1 and floor 2, I think, fairly easily. So moving into floor 2, you know, this is where I think I had a run that might have been a dead run, but I had a run where Bon's passive was actually proc to the maximum, which is actually insane. So I had like the RNG of where the deer just kept targeting my Sariel and he didn't target Bon. And because if you guys don't know Brawler Bon's passive, basically his passive is that whenever you don't attack him in his turn, he's actually gonna lower the enemy's attack related stats by 15% up to 5 times. So you can get a total of 75% attack related lower, which on the deer boss, like when I had like the 75% lower, he actually just could not damage me. He patience me. The only way he damaged me was on like a rank 2. So I did have one of those runs be like that. But you know, it's more of just like, you know, you're not necessarily gonna proc Bon's passive a lot, but when you do proc it, it's gonna help your tanking a little bit better, right? I think having Blue Brawler Bon in the team is not a bad idea. And you know, he is free to play friendly. You guys know he's from Heroes Way. Green Arthur is from he was free to play during year 1 anniversary, but I mean at this point a lot of you guys should like have a copy of Green Arthur, man. He's a fairly accessible character. And then same with Red Sariel as well, but he was also given out during Elizabeth's celebration during the 3rd year anniversary. So yeah, a lot of these characters were given out for free. So at a time in Grand Cross, they were free. And I mean, at this point, guys, if you don't have these characters, like, I don't know what you guys have been even summoning on or whatever, man. Like, it should at least have 1 copy of each of these characters, in my opinion, right? Obviously, not every box is going to be the same, but if you have a better character than any of these 3 characters, if you guys have checked out any of my other deer videos, if you have any characters that are better than any of these 3 that I'm using, just slot them in instead, right? Blue Brawler Bon is not the best for this. Blue Brawler Bon is just here because he's free to play. I'm literally using this team because they're free to play units, right? I'm not using them because, you know, this is the new best team in the game for deer, right? So like there's a lot of options you guys can do. These were the options that I picked though, because, you know, like for a free to play player, you definitely have access to these types of characters. But yeah, man, I probably should have sped up this part of the clip. As you guys can see, it's taken a really long time to get through these phases, just because like, you know, in all these phases, all my attacks, like, they don't do too much damage. The only character that really does damage on this team is gonna be Red Sariel. He's the main DPS on this team. Jormungandr also does fairly good damage too, but Bon is damage is not there because I'm rocking HP defense, and then Arthur I'm also running HP defense too, so he's not really gonna deal a lot as well. But yeah, so we drop ultimate there, so we get the red, I mean we do green, and then we do blue. Oh no, we actually don't have a blue card here actually. Yeah, so we don't have a blue card, so I think we stall. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, so I think I just go for it. But luckily, because if you guys don't know, this is phase 2 of floor 2. So basically what that means is that you have to get frozen by one of your characters though. You have to. Because if you don't get frozen on one of your characters on the second turn, he's just going to one-shot you. So you'll see here when he attacks into me. He's going to do this little AoE attack, right? And he's going to miss. And he misses because we were frozen. If you were not frozen there, he would have killed us. Obviously, if you can clear before he does that attack, then, you know, feel free. But you're not really normally going to be able to do that unless you have like a death character, like a death ultimate, or, you know, like a Kusak abyss ultimate. So it's not too common, but yeah, so I just go for the kill there because we don't have a blue card. That can happen sometimes too. Like if you don't have the color that's needed for the color combo, just go for whatever your strongest card is and the character you think can get the kill. If you're close to getting a kill, just go for it, right? But yeah, right here I'm just like, okay, we can waste Arthur's ultimate, because Arthur's ultimate, it's not that I need to hold on to it or anything like that. We can kind of just waste it. So I was like, okay, let me move Bond card. Let's get his ultimate, right? And it doesn't even do too much damage anyway. But you guys can see it's not doing too much damage. But you can also see, guys, that every time we move on like into another phase, the attack related lower is happening on the boss, and you'll see here that obviously he's gonna damage my Bond, but it's not a lot of damage, right? Until he damages Bond, that's when the attack related lower disappears. So like the initial hit is still gonna be attack lowered. So I think, you know, having that with Bond is a fairly nice combo for sure. Yeah, so right there I go for the single target with Jormungandr. And then actually no, I was thinking this is where it comes into play actually. So you guys will see green, blue. No, so I do, okay, wait, pause, because this went a little bit quick. So what I did here, if you guys don't know, as I explained earlier in the video, Jormungandr's Holy Relic cleanses when you do the 3 different characters cards. So I'm doing a Jormungandr card, a Sariel card, and an Arthur card. That's 3 different characters. So on the 4th skill, my debuff is already going to be cleansed off of me, and I can heal the team with the Jormungandr attack skill. Yes, sir. So the removing debuffs actually did come into play on this deer run, which is really cool. So it actually does help a lot, you know, having that cleanse, because then when you're done this, it cleanses, right? It gives you the rank up, and then you can do a heal card with Jormungandr, right? So I dropped that. It's gonna do about 100k, but we get a good heal on Arthur. Then we get 67k. He's back to almost full health, right? So that's a really good, in my opinion, like part of her Holy Relic. I think that's one of the like most overlooked parts of her relic too, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, man. So. Right here, we're just like, okay, we're taking the hits on the deer, and then I'm like, okay, we can definitely go for some damage. So we drop the, I think I was thinking to just drop the ultimates with Sariel, because we already had, yeah, exactly. So we already had a rank 3 Sariel power strike. So I was like, okay, I don't really need to hold on to his ultimate, because he's gonna deal a lot of damage regardless. So I was just like, okay, let's drop the ultimates. I knew the ultimates were gonna kill, and if they didn't kill, right, like right here, which I knew, I was like, okay, I can waste this card in my hand, right, and then it doesn't kill, and then we use the Jormungandr skill so that we actually get the whole team rank up. As I explained earlier, if you do attack with like the same character twice, but as long as it's before the 3rd attack, then you're fine, right? So here we go. So we move into the next phase here. We luckily had one of each color, so I was chilling. But we got very lucky there, and so this hand was like, I had a lot of Sariel cards, a little bit too much on this floor for sure, right? So I was like, okay, instead we'll start with the Sariel card, right? So we'll do the red, green, blue, red, right? Just straight up color cycle. 352k on a rank 3 is a lot of damage right there. 420k, I think that is damage cap, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact damage cap on this phase with the increased HP. But it was a lot, so I think that actually was damage cap, the 281. But yeah, and then he goes for the attacks onto Arthur right there, and as you guys can see, he still is attack lowered, and he's still attack lowered till he hits Bond right here, right? So now that he's hit Bond, he's not attack lowered, which, you know, it can definitely help though. It can definitely help your tanking, like in general. But yeah, and then right here we get the kill. Nothing too special, guys. I think this like run though was fairly consistent. I only got like struggling on the actual fight on floor 3. That was the only time I really struggled, and we'll kind of talk about that the moment we load in. But yeah, that is floor 2. Moving into floor 3. Let's see. There we go. Floor 3, you guys can see, is the other half of the video. I should have put it on ×2. And I don't think I can like put it on ×2 on the video editor or on the video player. That's a little bit unfortunate, but we'll go through it together. If it gets to like a point where I'm kind of just wasting cards, I'll skip through the video. But yeah, we should be okay. So literally same starting hand, right? Same deal. I was just like, okay, we can go for the, you know, the 1 card of each, and then just move Sariel. That's gonna rank up the hand. It's gonna make sure that Bond on the far right is gonna have the most all stats, just in case we can kind of, you know, dodge some hits there, right? So there we go. You get the rank up, and Bond has 2 all stats ups. And then unfortunately, I think the deer like prioritized targets the character on the far right on the final phase, or it's the character with the most HP, because I do think my Bond has the best HP defense set on this team. I think a little bit better than Arthur too. So maybe that's the reason why he attacked him. Maybe it's the character with the highest HP. I could be wrong. But yeah, that's basically what it was. But yeah, so this like whole phase, guys, is just kind of getting through, you know, just wasting cards, right? I think I can kind of like speed through this a little bit. you guys will kind of see like what kind of goes on with the cards, right? We get a new hand. We get blockaded, which is a little bit annoying, but I just waste these 3 cards, right? So we can skip past that. And then as I'm wasting those 3 cards, I do waste an extra card as well on Bond just to get it out of the hand, right? Just to get it out of the hand so we clear up my hand a little bit better. Yeah, and then we top deck a, you know, a fairly... It's a little bit filled up hand for sure. You know, a lot of Jormungandr cards, we don't need that many. So I was just like, okay, you can definitely get that out of the hand. And this is where, like, as I was talking about earlier in the video, that like you would have to like waste your cards just to waste them, like losing your all stats. So right here I was like, I literally have to, because my hand is completely filled with green cards. I only have 1 red and 1 blue card, and I have what, like, including before the merge, it was like what, like 1, that's 4, 5, 6 green cards right there. Like that's insane. So I was like, okay, we basically clear out the whole hand, guys. As you can see, we do the rank 3, we do the rank 1. We do the single target, and then we do the rank 3 right there as well. And just to clear it out of my hand, you know what I mean? Just to get all the cards out of my hand. And then we move into the second phase here. And this is where we have to color cycle again, right? So I was like, okay, we definitely want to color cycle for sure. And I'm very lucky that I top decked some Sariel cards here, because they were definitely beneficial. So I was like, okay. After like, yeah, a little bit. So I do the Sariel single target, I do the rank 2 Jormungandr, and then I do the what's it called, the attack related lower card from Bond, just to kind of get it out of my hand, but also to do the color cycle, because you know, I don't want to use all my best cards like instantly. I want to kind of hold on to them, and I want to make sure that I have a Sariel rank 3 power strike for the final phase, which you guys are definitely going to want to hold on to. Right, you want to have at least 1 rank 3 power strike, because that is what's going to be the killing blow on the deer, because there's no other character on your team that can deal that much damage, right? So you're going to need a lot of damage coming from your Sariel. So right here I was like, okay, it's fine if we waste the rank 3, because I'm going to rank up the whole hand anyway after doing all 3 of these cards, right? So I was like, okay, we could just move Bond, we get his ultimate, we do the rank 3 with Sariel right there. We do the attack with Arthur, and then we follow up with the Bond card, and then that's going to rank up my hand again, so I have a rank 3 power strike again for next turn, just in case. So that's like another thing you can do using Jormungandr Holy Relic, is kind of abuse the fact that, you know, you can keep ranking up, and you can kind of waste some of your cards, even if they're really strong cards, right? But yeah, so this rest of this phase, guys, is just us trying to clear through the color cycle, right? So we do color cycle. I dropped the ultimate as well, you guys saw that. And then he does his little attack against us. And so I was like, okay, this turn I could definitely just get the kill. So I do the rank 1 Jormungandr, and then I use the rank 1 Sariel just to, you know, just to finish off the job there. Even though it was off color, he was weak to the red typing there, you guys saw. So he was able to take a lot more damage from red, so I was like, okay, that's fine. And then moving into phase 3 here, this is where you want to build up your cards and make sure you have a rank 3 power strike for Sariel, man. Because going into the final phase, you're not going to want to try and hope you get one then, because at that point, you're already at the end of the fight. You're going to lose, right? That's where it's going to come down to. You basically need one. Yeah, you guys will see. So I waste the rank 3 power strike on Sariel there. We do the single target with Jormungandr, and then we do the Bond card as well. And I was like, again, it's gonna rank up my hand, right? So we get the rank up on the 1 power strike I have right there, and I was like, okay, that's fine. And then so he's gonna do his attack string. He's gonna do his attack into Bond there. A little bit unfortunate that the deer targeted Bond the entire fight. I don't know if it was because I had the most HP, but it might have been. I really don't know. But he planned to target Bond mainly throughout the fight. Yeah, so I was like, okay, let's just use, like, we can color cycle again. I think that's what I was thinking to do. I use Bond's ultimate. I think I hold on to Jormungandr ultimate, yeah. Yeah, so what did I do? So I did Bond ultimate, Sariel AoE, and then just, yeah, okay, so that was I basically did that play so that I could get Sariel ultimate. Okay, I'm not gonna edit that, I'll keep that in. But yes. Stumble on my words. Yeah, so basically, what I did there is I moved cards with Sariel, used his card, and I did the 3 cards right there just so I got his ultimate, right? So I was able to have his ultimate, I could use it, and we can move into the next phase, and I wouldn't really necessarily need to waste a power strike, right? So right here I was like, okay, we can just, you know, ult with Sariel and and Arthur right there, but I wanted to make sure I held on to that bond card, because if I move into the next phase, if I don't top deck a bond card, I'm not going to be able to color cycle, which next phase you need to have color cycling as well, which is a little bit, you know, that's where it becomes a little bit scary. So I was like, okay, let's clear out my hand completely, right? Let's drop the ultimates. We're gonna lose our all stats with Sariel and Arthur, but when we cycle again on the next phase, we'll get it back. So I wasn't necessarily worried, right? So we do waste all of that. And it was good that I had another Sariel card too, just to make sure that, you know, if I didn't top deck one, which as you guys can see, I did not top deck a Sariel card there, I made sure to get one. I made sure to have an extra just in case I needed to use it for color cycling. So right there, I was like, okay, I have to use one of the Sariel cards though. So I waste that, and then we drop Jormungandr Ultimate. I'm dropping Jormungandr Ultimate because I know it's going to hit relatively close to damage cap, right? So it's going to do probably the most damage in my hand, regardless of the cards I have. If your Jormungandr Ultimate is not duped too much, then obviously, you know, it will probably do a little bit less damage, but you can still rip it anyway. You know, the damage dealt is nice to have. So yeah, so that AoE right there, if you guys don't know, is going to be a gauge reduction. So don't try and like hold on to an ult after turn 1. You want to just make sure after turn 1, like all your ults are gone. So as you can see, I have no ultimates right now. Only had Jormungandr, but I wasted it just to do the extra damage, right? So right here, we do a color cycle, and this is where I mess up, as you guys will see. This is where I actually do mess up. So let's see the damage here. So we do the rank 3. We do the single target with Sariel, and we already got him to about, what is that, almost 30% HP right there. Jormungandr puts him lower than 30% HP. And I follow up with the Bond card because it gets ranked up. Bond actually deals a little bit too much damage, and I'm right on the edge of the HP threshold right there. You guys can see, like, literally right at the edge, and you don't want to be that close to killing the deer, right? You don't want to be that close because you need to buff remove the following turn, which you guys will see, right? That's why I quit. I reset, and I was like, okay, you know, I think we'll be fine if we do the normal color cycle as usual. So we do, but this time I did the rank 2 as starting instead of the rank 3, right? I was like, okay, if I do the rank 2 Bond, that's gonna do a lot less damage, and you know, having that initially is gonna make it so we don't get him to that low of health again. So we drop the rank 1 Sariel. We do the Jormungandr single target as well. And then Bond single target's gonna get him like fairly low, but we were like perfectly okay, I think, from this range. Like even if I didn't top deck this card, you guys will see, I do top deck this card right here. Even if I didn't, I think this card would have been fine, because you know, I'm off color, and Jormungandr probably would have did like about, like, you know, give or take like 5% HP. And then Sariel would have been able to get the kill. But you want to have it on this turn, guys, because he gets evade. This evade buff, you cannot damage him unless you have a character that has buff removal. Jormungandr, luckily, on the team has buff removal. If you have a rank 3 Arthur as well, you can do that as well. Like, let's say you didn't have a Jormungandr card there, a rank 3 Arthur would be enough as well. So, you know, I wasn't necessarily too worried, right? Like, from this range, I was like, okay, we drop the rank 1 and we do the rank 3 Sariel, and that's going to be the end of the fight right there. Because if you guys don't know, the reason why I'm trying to kill him around this HP is because if you get him lower than 20% HP, he's just going to full heal on you, which is kind of like a revive. But yeah, he basically full heals on you, so you don't want that to happen. You want to make sure you get him to that HP threshold and then just drop a rank 3 Sariel to finish off the job. And then there you go, man. You've cleared the deer free to play. Obviously, Jormungandr herself isn't free to play, but the rest of the team is, man. So hopefully this video helps you guys in actually clearing the deer. Let me know if this was helpful in the comment section below. But that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.